Hi, welcome to Kenzie's Corner. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's been forever because it has. I didn't upload any podcasts in June because June was such a busy month for me. When I say busy, just busy. But today's episode title is called June, so we're just gonna kind of talk about June and just kind of an update on how life has been. Um, Before we start, I want to pray, so please close your eyes and bow your head. Thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning, Lord. You didn't have to, but you chose to, Lord. And I know yesterday was such an mentally exhausting day for me, Lord. But you stayed with me, Lord, and you woke me up this morning, Lord, for a new day, Lord. And I thank you for that, Lord. I pray for everyone that's watching this video that they can at least relate to me in one way or just get something from this video in one day today, Lord. Just thank you for everything you do. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay. Um, so the very beginning of June, nothing really crazy was going on. No, I was definitely busy, but nothing crazy like life crazy was going on. We celebrated my brother's 14th birthday. Um, and then I had to go on a church trip, and I learned a lot from that church trip. Um, and I enjoyed that very much. I even got to lead a devotion one morning, so I enjoyed that. Um, and then soon after I came back from my devotion, I went away for a pageant. I was in a pageant from our church, and I came first runner up in two divisions. So I'm very thankful for that. And it was just fun and exciting to represent my church in that type of way. Um, what else happened? Um, I had a fitting event for my baking business that's called Dancing Delights. I made a lot of money for that. It was good turnout. One of my close friends helped me with that. Thankful for her for that. It was fun. It was exciting. Um, I had surgery last week. I feel like that's one of the biggest things. I had surgery on my nose last Wednesday. And I went for my follow up appointment yesterday, and they kind of just want me to be careful for another week. So, but I am healing. Obviously, sometimes I still feel a little out of sorts and tired, and my nose is still kind of sore, but I'm healing like good from that. So yeah, June was just it was a chill month, but it was definitely busy. Um, yeah. So I did want to talk and just be kind of very open and vulnerable today. Um, as many as you know, I've talked about it many times. Like at the beginning of this year, I got really close with God, and I definitely felt like I was on fire with God. And I don't want to say that stopped. I don't think it didn't stop, but I definitely the passion I had at the beginning of the year, it is kind of dwindled down. Is that the right word? I don't know. It slowed down a little bit. I feel like I kind of started noticing this like maybe 2 months ago. Now this doesn't mean I don't read my Bible or nothing like that. I do, but at the beginning of the year, I was like reading my Bible every day, multiple times a day. I was only listening to worship music. Um, and I was just doing certain things. And lately, I find myself, yes, I pick up my Bible. I wouldn't say I pick it up every day. If I sit there and told y'all that, I would just be lying to y'all. Um, s- and I do have the Bible app on my phone, so I do read my Bible app every day if I don't pick up my physical Bible. But I can't sit here and say like I do my Bible study, my one at least one chapter a day like I used to because I don't. Um, I have not only been listening to worship music. It's not even all the music I listen to is like rap music or anything like that, but it's definitely not all worship. I do listen to worship the most, but I definitely steered away to listening from only worship. Um, still go to church and everything like that, but I definitely feel like at the beginning of the year, I was like, I still feel on fire for God now. Like, I still have conversations with God and this and that. I definitely still think I'm rooted in my faith, but I definitely think at the beginning of the year I was just like lit. I don't know how to explain it. And that definitely has changed a little bit, and I feel like I know why. Um, I feel like the book I was reading in the Bible, kind of like after I read it, I was kind of like I don't know. I was reading Exodus, y'all, and after Exodus, I was just kind of like, it's something about certain books in the Old Testament that just give me a hard time to read. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm more personally, I I would say I'm more of a New Testament girl. Like I relate to the New Testament a lot. I understand it way better. But I think after Exodus, I was just kind of like in this hard place with reading my Bible because Exodus to me was just such a hard read, especially towards the end. And then I tried to read Leviticus after, and I only could get through one chapter. So it was definitely hard for me. So I went to not Psalms. I went to Proverbs, and I already had read Proverbs, but I didn't really go in depth. So I started going in depth, but I would only like I went and read it every day. Y'all, there's not a lot of chapters in Proverbs. The way it took me, and I still have one more chapter, like two more chapters go. The way it took me about 2 months to get through Proverbs, and then it's only 30 chapters. Um, and so calculate that. I was not reading every day. Or reading my physical Bible every day. And let me do say this now. On Sundays, I don't do my regular Bible study. I do what my pastor preaches, and that's like kind of what I do in my Bible that day. So, even on with when it wasn't on Sundays, I was not reading my one chapter a day. Like, there's no way it should took me that long to finish Proverbs, and I'm not even doing the last two chapters because I move on to Psalms. But right now, I feel like I'm in a good place with Psalm. I like the first chapter hooked me right away, and so I feel like I'm finally in a good place. I ordered me some new Bible highlighters. I got a new notebook. So I finally feel like as if I'm in a good place to finally start digging back in and getting in a groove of things when it comes to reading my Bible daily. Um, so yeah. Now for the big goal. So yesterday, let me start off by saying this. I feel like I'm a very compassionate person. Um, a kind person, like, and also a very forgiving person. I feel like at some points I care more about other people's feelings than I do my own, which is not always a bad thing. But sometimes it's like, when do I finally put what Kizzy need, what Kinsey wants first? So, yeah, I let people in so many times, even after they have broke my heart so many times. And I always ask myself, I'm like, but Kinsey, why? Like, why do you allow someone who claims they love you so much to continue to hurt you? Um, and to betray your trust and just treat you the way they do. And I always forgive them. Um, and it's hard to not forgive them. And I'm trying to learn how to not. I'm trying to learn how to stand on business, y'all. Is the best way to say this. Um, so as everyone knows, I think I've discussed a lot, especially when I first started my podcast, that I was in a previous relationship that was almost 3 years. And when I say literally almost 3 years, it was 2 years, 350, 350. Well, I'm not doing my math right. 2 years, 360. What? However years, however many days are in a year, subtract that by two. Okay, I can't do my math right now. And so yeah, I and I would love to sit here and say To anyone who's dealing with like a breakup that I'm moved on, I'm better. I would love to sit here and tell someone else how to heal, but I can't do that. And I can't sit here and lie to all these people because I have not healed yet from that relationship. I still miss that relationship. I still love the person that I was in a relationship with. And I still feel all those feelings and all those emotions um that I did while I was in that relationship. Um and so yeah, and it sucks to admit that, but like I don't want to lie. Like I would love to say I moved on and that I'm ready to move on and stuff like that, but I'm not. Like that relationship took from like the end of 8th grade to 2 days before our anniversary of my birthday of April this year. April 13th is that day, I think. Um, I was in a relationship with this person. So it's hard. It's been hard. Me personally, I don't think I've fully even started healing yet. I feel like I have not got all my emotions that I've needed to get out yet. When I tell y'all I can count less than 15 times, that might sound seem a lot to y'all, but I can count less than 15 times I've truly cried over this breakup. And that kind of scares me. Because I don't know, it just scares me. Like, even the first week, I barely cried. Now, the one day I did cry was the day of my birthday. But even that first week, I really didn't cry like that. And so, like, yes, crying is always not how people let their emotions out, but that's how I cry over so many things. So the fact I have not cried a lot over this breakup has scared me, and I just know that I have not fully healed from it. Um, Let me just say, I'm gonna go to say it. There's so many rumors, so many things that are being said about what happened and what has happened since we broken up. Um, and it makes me laugh. It also makes me mad. Um, because I think sometimes people expect for me to be moved on. But I'm like, I can't get over a 3-year relationship in only 3 months, not even 3 months yet. And if he has, and if he did, that's good for him. But we're two completely different people, and we handle things two completely different ways. So I've heard so many things about our relationship. Like, wow, since we broke up, I've heard so many things about our relationship in general from other people and about the whole situation in general. And I'm just going to say that people truly don't know what happened um, and what has happened. People don't know what happens behind closed doors, even till this day. No one knows what's happening behind closed doors. When I feel like I'm fully healed and I'm fully done with the whole breakup, I would love to come and sit on here and say everything that happened and how it did affect me. Now, when I'm saying some of the things I like, yeah, when I feel like I'm at that point where I can sit here, um, fully healed on from the relationship in him, then I will say how I healed and what happened and how I healed from that. But right now, everything to me, even though everything happened, even though we broke up 3 months ago, some things it's still so fresh to me. Um, yeah, because not only was this boy my boyfriend for 3 years, but he was also the first person I loved. And without even the relationship part, we also did have a like developed over the years a strong friendship and stuff. Um, and some things I can't say that I want to say, and it's irritating my soul. And I should be able to say them because it's my story. This even after the breakup, the things I've been through with this whole situation, it's a lot. And I know a lot of people, like a lot of people, wouldn't have put up with it, but I don't know why I have. Um, so yeah, and yesterday was just kind of like realization point for me, and it was kind of like how when am I gonna stop? When am I gonna stop hurting myself by staying in the position I am? Um, because yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. There's so many things that happen while we were together, but also after we were together that it hurts and it sucks. Um, to even talk about. And I can't even say why I know why I kept myself in that position for so long and why I couldn't leave. And before I was always like, why can't people just leave something that's obviously not good for them? Why can't they turn away? But now, since I've been in that position, I can see why. Like I can't even sit here and tell you why I, s- I, I kept, I was still there, except for the simple fact that I do love him. I still have love for him. Um, and because we did go through a lot of stuff together, and so I don't know. Even after everything, I can't just be like done, and it sucks because I'm like, why? Like obviously, it's not good for me. So why am I still here? Um, and so I feel like yesterday it was just kind of like an eye opener for me in that moment. Um, yeah. And I don't know, just like someone in my life are back having access to me multiple times, even when I know they shouldn't, because I forgive people and I tend to forget what they did, and it's just kind of like I need to wake up, I need to open up, not open up, I need to open my eyes up and realize that it's not good, and I need to stand on business because I have not been standing on business at all for the past 3 months since the breakup. Um, because to me is it was more hard to have him out of my life and not speak to him at all than us still having some type of contact going on. So I felt like even though, yeah, I just felt like I couldn't have him out of my life completely. But I think now I'm in a point of my life. Or I think yesterday was just really a big eye opener that this is not healthy anymore, and like I can't do it. Um, because I deserve better for myself, and I should want better. But it's like when you love someone so much, y'all been through so much of that crap together. Um, it's kind of like you just become blinded of everything. But I have to realize that I don't need him in my life. Even though I might want him still in my life, that it's not always the best thing to have him in my life. And it sucks to say because I feel like I won't always. I don't even want to say always. I don't even want to speak that, but it's just because like he is my first love and stuff like that. There will always be some type of connection there, but it's like it gets to a point, and I can't even sit here and say to y'all that I'm like completely done, and I know it's sad to say that, but I can't even sit here and lie to y'all while my Bible's open right here beside me that I'm just completely done. Because that would be a complete lie. And how much I would love to say that, I can't say that because I don't want to lie to myself. So when I feel like I am completely done, that's when I'll say that. But I am tired, I am drained because this is kind of like a never ending cycle um, that's been going on. And I don't want to say too much because I know like people watch this, it's gonna cause some stuff, but there's just so many things that happen, and it broke my heart so much. But I don't know, I was just still there. I I don't know, but I do believe that much from now, when I look back at the situation and when I'm fully healed, I can say that I needed to get out of that, and I'm glad I finally did get out of it. Um, and then one day, I don't know. I'm not gonna even say that, but it does suck. Like I can't sit here and say I'm fully over him. I'm not. I don't even think I've started trying to get over him. Like all those feelings are still there. And that might be sad to admit and stuff like that, but it's the truth. Um, and so and it hurts. It hurts so bad, but I'm trying to get to the place where I can start getting over him and the situation and everything that's happened, and I want to start healing. I do, um, because I just know it's not good. You know, I know that, and I know that when that time is right, there's gonna be someone that God sends me that's gonna see my worth They're gonna see my heart, to see the type of person I am, to see that I'm beautiful on the inside and outside. Um, to see how much I deserve, and they're gonna treat me the way I deserve to be treated, like the queen I know I am, like a daughter, like the daughter of Christ, and they're gonna treat me like that one day. Um, and like I, yeah, and so I know when God says the time is right, He will send me my person. And like I said, like I love him. I wish nothing but the best for him. Um, and stuff like that. But it'd be kind of funny for if a year from now, or even a couple months down the road from now, I do this podcast and he would be a guest. I feel like that would be hilarious. But yeah, and that's just kind of what happened yesterday, and I just had a realization moment. Like yesterday was hard for me. Like I like since this breakup, I have not fully crashed out like the way I needed to. And yesterday, and I still haven't, but yesterday I feel like I was this close to you. But I'm like, Kenzie, baby, you're still healing from your surgery. This situation does not deserve this crash out. Like, even though you feel like you need to get your emotions out, I I'm not proud of how some of the things I did yesterday. Like, I'm not proud of, but I'm talked to two of my closest friends about it. Um, and I kind of just ranted about everything. So I do feel better, but it's too hard. So yeah, I feel like that was a lot, but I can't wait until I can sit down and tell people how I healed. And yeah, but if you're in the same position I'm in right now, if you just got out of a breakup or whatever it is, I'm telling you, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. You know, this is just a little oops in our life, and no matter what people tell you, you can take as long as you need to get over it. Okay, if it's taking you 5 days up to a year to get over it fully, that's okay. Don't let anyone tell you different. They don't know everything that happened in y'all's relationship, or why you can't move on, or this, that, and the third. They don't know, so don't listen to them. Okay. So now let me read y'all this first. um I'm gonna be reading Psalms 3, verse 4, and it says, I cried aloud to the Lord. He answers me from his holy mountain. And I think that's just so powerful because we can cry to God. He will never be ashamed of us crying. He doesn't care that we're crying. He wants us to cry. He wants to hear us. He wants to hear our shouts and our yelling and just us confiding in him. And he will answer us. He's going to answer our prayers when the time is right. Um, so yeah, I just want to thank everyone for watching. I know it's been a while, and I promise y'all I'm gonna get back in the groove of things. Um, and I just pray everyone has a great week. Thank you for listening to me being vulnerable. And yeah, bye.